A dream vacation turns into a nightmare for a mom and her kids after a day at a local beach.
I-Team reporter Jackie Callaway uncovers the ingredients in a sunblock that may have caused chemical burns on her baby and toddler.
That April afternoon started out full of splashes and giggles.
So my sister applied sunscreen as soon as we got to the beach.
Jade Gribble, who was visiting her twin Jana over spring break, says she used this sunscreen. Havana Sun Spray SPF 50 on all 4 of her children.
So I thought, it'd be safe.
But just 2 hours later, they say 1-year-old Talon and 3-year-old Tally turned beet red.
She started seeing red blotches all over her children.
The burns bubbled into blisters overnight.
By the next day, it was screams. It was like agony.
Whole faces were swollen, their eyes were swollen, like almost shut.
Jade rushed her 2 youngest children to the emergency room for treatment.
It was just really overwhelming, and I'm just sitting, like, racking my head of, like, what did I do wrong?
Do you have any history of skin cancer?
We brought the sunscreen to 3 dermatologists, including Dr. Maria Hicks, and showed them photos of Talon and Tally's burns.
When you see that, you just have a dermatitis. And dermatitis means inflammation of the skin.
Dr. Hicks suspects one of 2 ingredients in Havana Sun caused a reaction on the children's skin.
Probably the oxybenzone, and I will probably the acrylate.
She says oxybenzone and acrylates, both popular ingredients in sunscreens, are also known to irritate the skin in certain people.
We find it in patients very common.
Acrylate, an ingredient that gives the sunscreen its consistency, was named Allergen of the Year in 2012 by the American Contact Dermatitis Society.
It can be used in super glue. It can be used for dental work.
Dermatologists say the only way to protect yourself is to choose a mineral-based sunscreen over a chemical-based sunscreen, one that contains zinc oxide and titanium dioxide. The I-Team found other parents complaining of a child suffering the same chemical burns, only with a different sunscreen.
It was bad. First you had those blisters, then those blisters were like ruptured.
This Boynton Beach mom now suing the company that makes Banana Boat. Veteran personal injury attorney Steve Yeard, who is not involved in the case, says companies are responsible for ensuring their products are safe.
But if it's something that happens on multiple occasions, it's something that shouldn't happen and should be prevented.
We reached out to both Banana Boat and Havana Sun for comment. Havana Sun's CEO agreed to an interview and then later canceled, sending an email instead saying, "We deeply regret the unpleasant experience of Jade and her children. The company says it's in compliance with FDA sunscreen regulations, but also says it's difficult for any sunscreen to avoid an unfavorable skin reaction with at least a few individuals." The parent company of Banana Boat says it does not comment on pending litigation, but says it takes consumers' concerns seriously and told us, for some people, sensitivity to an ingredient can be triggered or exacerbated by the sun. Both Jana and Jade are calling on sunscreen makers to place warning labels on their products.
I put something on my kids that harmed them, just made me feel this, horrible mom guilt.
The sores and the agony should never happen to any child.
I'm I-Team reporter Jackie Callaway, taking action for you.